Good morning, class. Let's start with our new chapter, chapter number 2, basic economic entities in an economy. Okay, this is our chapter number 2. First, economy and its main sector. Now, what is an economy? Okay, if we talk about an economy is a system which provide people with goods and services which directly or indirectly satisfy their wants. Okay, economy provides a area or a place where people perform its different economic activity, and by performing that economic activities they earn some certain money, they earn something in reward of that activity. Okay, and all those activity which perform in a particular area or in the area which is simply known as an economy. In the words of A.J. Brown, a system by which people get a living. Okay, it is a system by which people perform its economic activity, and by performing that economic activity they get something in return. It is known as money. Okay, that's why this particular system is known as economy. Okay, we can also say that an economy is the sum total of all economic activities by any society. It is a framework within which all the economic activities of an area or region can be described. Is called the economy. Okay, students. Now, two main function of an economy. Okay, an economy perform the following two main functions. Like we know that first, to produce goods and services to satisfy human want. Okay, in every economy goods and services are produced so that human wants can be satisfied. Second is to provide employment or income earning opportunity to its people. Okay, every economy provides employment and income earning opportunities to its people so that they can earn their livings. Okay, so that they can earn some money for their satisfaction, for the goods and services they want. Okay, they can easily buy the goods and services with that money. So they must need employment and the income generation opportunity, and all these two are, and all these like income employment and income generation activities are provided by the economy. Okay, now an economy can be also described in two different ways. There are two different ways by which we can also define our economy. First, a system of cooperation among producer. Okay, it is a system of cooperation. As we all know that there is no individual producer can perform their work individually. Okay, he must need some other producer to perform their functions, their work. Okay, in the process of providing living to the people, various services and goods are produced in an economy in order to satisfy the human want. For example, farmer produce cotton, and producer engage in the production of cotton yarns. Okay, depend on farmers for the supply of the raw cotton. As you can see that farmer produces cotton, and producers who produce like clothes and woolen clothes or some other clothes, okay, totally depend on that cotton. Okay, so we can see that every producers depend on another producer for their production. That's why it is a corporation among producers. Next is a system of mutual exchange. Okay, in traditional economy, goods are exchanged for goods. It is called barter system. We all know about barter system. Suppose I produce wheat and my friend produce rice, so we exchange goods. Okay, like I give him wheat and he give me rice so that we can fulfill our wants. So in our tradition world, okay, in the tradition economy there is no existence of money, so people exchange goods and services to fulfill their needs. Okay, in modern economy of today, goods and services are exchanged through the medium of money. Now money is a medium of exchange, so that we can easily measure the amount, we can easily measure the value of the commodity in terms of money, and we can easily exchange. Okay, you can see with the help of example, a person working in a sugar mill earns his income in terms of money by selling labor services to the owner of that factory. Then he use this money to buy goods and services as he wants. Okay, student, with the help of that money he can buy whatever goods and services he wants. Now next is main sector of an economy. Now we all know that there are three main sector of an economy. One is producer sector, which is known as production sector. Next is consumer sector, and another one is government sector. Now, producer sector. Production sector is the sector where goods and services. Now, dear student, as I am using the word producer or it is production, they both are the same, belong from the same sector, so there is no need to be confused. Producer sector, production sector. Production sector is the sector where goods and services are produced. Okay, production is the one core activity of this sector. It produces goods and services by hiring the services of various factors of production such as land, labor, capital, and organization or entrepreneur. With the help of these different factors of services, a production sector produces goods and services. Now, the consumer sector. Okay, this sector is also known as the household sector. Like us, we consume goods and services, and all the factor of production is provided by us to the production sector, like land provided by us, labor provided by us, capital provided by us, provided by us. So the all the factor of production is provided by the consumer sector, and whatever goods and services produced in the production sector is consumed by the consumer sector. Okay, student. Now, next is government sector. This sector act as a both this sector act as both producer or consumer. As producer, government hires the services of various factor of production and produces goods and services for the consumption of the whole society. Example: health, education, defense. These functions are performed by government. As you know that there is we have government hospitals, we have government education institutional, we have defense. Okay, all the expenditure is done by government sector. Okay, so government perform this function as a producer. As a consumer, government purchase goods and services from the production sector such as consumed by the society collectively. Okay, so this is our government sector. Now let's move to our next topic, which is basic unit of economic analysis. For economic analysis, we must need some basic units. Okay, or some basic entities. Now, the meaning of an economic entity. Okay, as we all know that an economy operates through its various entities. Now, what is an economic entity? An institutional unit, okay, which is capable of doing economic activity. Okay, independently is called economic entity. Okay, an institutional unit which is capable of doing economic activities independently is called economic entity. It is known as economic entity, which is known, and that's why it is known as economic entity, because the institution will perform economic activities. We all are familiar with economic activities and non-economic activities. Economic activities are those activities in which money is involved. Okay, that's why it is known as economic activity. So any institution which is capable of doing that economic activity, it is simply known as economic entity. Now, an economic entity can independently perform the following activities. He can perform the following activities: first, acquiring assets; second, taking up responsibility and incur liabilities; third, participating in economic activities; and fourth, understanding transactions with other economic entities in the economy. Okay, any economic entity which perform these function independently, it's simply known as economic entity. Like we have consumer, we have household, we have producer, we have firm, we have organization. All these are economic entities because they can perform these four function independently. Okay, that's why it is known as economic entity. Okay, next is classification of basic economic entities. As I told you that there are million of people participating in function of an economy. Okay, for a systematic study of their behavior, we classify them into four important groups: consumer first, second is household, third is firm or producer, and the fourth one is government. Okay, these four groups are known as economic entities because they can perform all these four function. That's why these is known as economic entities. Okay, student. Now, our first entity is consumer. We all are familiar with consumer. Okay, like us, we all are consumer because we consume certain goods and services, and for that goods and services we pay certain amount. Okay, we pay money. And if you talk about consumer are the basic economic entities in all economies. They consume various goods and services their objective is to maximize their satisfaction for the consumption of such goods and services. Okay, as we simply knows that as a consumer, our basic objective is to satisfy our want. Okay, whatever money or whatever income we investing in the market or we investing in goods and services, our basic objective is to get maximum satisfaction. Okay, student. Now, generally, a consumer is considered as an individual. In this sense, a consumer means anyone who consumes goods and services to satisfy his or her wants. But in practice, consumer consists of institutions, individuals, and group of individual. They take decisions regarding consumption. For example, educational institution take decision with regard to consumption of blackboard, stationery, etc. Okay, a consumer never mean a single individual. Okay, it may be an institutional, a group, or an individual, okay, who consume goods and services. Okay, student. Now, economists have replaced the concept of consumers with that of the households. So we generally use the concept of consumers and households interchangeably. Okay, hence we take three basic entities in an economy: household, firms, and government. Okay, they perform the function, similar function like household and firm and government. They all work as a consumer because they consume something. Okay, next is our household sector. Now, if you talk about household sector, a household refers to a group of people living under single roof or taking economic decisions jointly. It's simply known as households. Okay, the main objective of every household is to maximize satisfaction with its limited income or means. As I told you earlier in our first chapter, that we have limited resources, and with the help of that limited resources we have to fulfill all our unlimited want. The same function is done by the household sector, as we are the part of household sector. Thus, household is primarily a unit relating to consumption. Okay, second point, a household has to decide whether to spend more on education of children or on acquiring durable consumer goods. It has also to decide what part of income would be consumed and what part to be saved. These decisions are taken by households. Household offer factor services to the firm or producer. As I told you, that from households or from the consumer sector, we send factor of production to the firm or the producer sector. Now, the factor of production like land, labor, capital, entrepreneur. Okay, all these factor of production supply by the household to the production sector. Okay, now they purchase different consumer goods and services. Now, when they supply factor of production from households to producer sector or the firm sector, then in the firm sector goods and services are produced by those factor of production, and then those goods and services are again used by the household sector, and for using those goods and services they pay certain amount of money. Okay, which is known as the money, and what the factor of production like land, labor, and capital, what they get in return is known as factor of payment. Okay, student. Now, importance of household. There are four importance of household. First, as owners of factor of production, they supply factor services to the firm. Second, as a consumer, they provide market for various goods and services produced in the economy. Okay, third, household are also taxpayer. We all are taxpayer. Okay, they pay taxes to the government such as income tax, sales tax, etc. Thus, they contribute revenue to the government. And the fourth one is household save a part of their income, which becomes the basis of capital formation. Okay, and they save money in the financial market from where it goes to the production sector. Okay, so these are the importance of a household. Why household sector is important for us? Because of these 4 points. Now, stand next move to our next topic, which is firm. Okay, what is firm? Firm simply means a production unit. The term firm refers to a particular unit a particular unit, a unit or commodity or services with a view to earn profit. Okay, the basic purpose of the production sector or the producer is to earn profit. It undertakes the activity of creating value by combining or organizing the factor of production. Here, the basic decision maker regarding production is the firm. The firm is generally used as the synonym of a producer or an entrepreneur. Okay, or an entrepreneur. It may take the form of a single proprietorship, partnership, joint stock company, cooperative, or state enterprise. Okay, so it's simply known as the firm. Okay, student, always be in your mind, always kept in your mind that when we talk about a firm, the basic purpose of the firm is to earn maximum profit. Okay, it is the basic purpose of the firm, and the basic purpose of the consumer is to earn maximum satisfaction. Okay, firm produce goods and services by employing the factor of production and sell the same to the consumer, other firms, and the government. They take decision about the location of plant, quantity and quality of the commodity to be produced. Okay, what quantity, what quality of the commodity is produced. Okay, all these decisions are taken by the firm only. Okay, factor of production to be employed, they employ the factor of production, land, labor, capital, entrepreneur, all these factors are employed by the firm sector. Thus firm play a dual role. There are a dual role of the firm. First, they produce or sell various goods and services in exchange of money, and second, they purchase different factors of production by paying factor prices. Okay, by paying the factor prices to household, they purchase all the factor of production. Now the factor prices, as I told you, the factor payment, factor prices or factor payment is the same thing like wages, like interest, like profit, like rent. All these are our factor payments. Okay, student. Now next is government. The term government includes all regulatory bodies by which it exercises its control over the behavior of household and the firm. Okay, all the decisions taken by the household and the firm is monitored by the government sector. Okay, it is the prime institutions. Okay, who perform all those activities, it work as a watchdog for an economy, because it regulates, it monitors all the economic activities by a keen view. Okay, now government is yet another basic unit of economic analysis. It play a crucial role, both direct or indirect, in the economy. It act as consumer as well as producer. Like household, a government incur expenditure on various consumer goods and also provides various services like police, defense, medical, street lights, okay, park. Okay, all these facilities are provided by the government to the people. It is collective consumption by the society. The main aim of the government is to provide maximum social welfare. Okay, as a producer, our main objective is to earn maximum profit. As a consumer, our objective is to earn maximum satisfaction. But as a government, our objective is to earn maximum social welfare. Okay, okay, student. Now, classification of consumer. Okay, this particular section, classification of consumer, we will done in our next video. Okay, student. So this is our so for today, that's it. We will meet in our next class with our new topic. Okay, student, take care, stay safe.